Good morning, strangers, and get ready to feel something. As you can already tell from the music and the style of how I've started to edit this, that this isn't going to be a normal video for me. I'm not even sure how long this is going to take, but I'm going to do this as quickly as I can. Um, have you guys ever really, well, had something happen where it just shifted in your head, like a huge change in perspective? Because that actually happened to me, and that's what my final story time video is going to be all about. Now, this takes place in 2007, and back then I'm like super conservative, holier than thou, Christian with a stick so far up. Seriously, I had no reason to be that uptight, but I was, and I made plenty of people upset when I talked about things that I would later regret. And I thought everything was supposed to be a certain way, or else the whole world would be out of balance. Women were there to be housewives and mothers. Men were supposed to be breadwinners, and anyone who wasn't straight and Christian had no chance of reaching heaven. Yeah, I was that kind of person. And there were a few more things that led to my perspective shift, so I'd like to go over those before I get to the not so huge big event. I had a close friend who wasn't straight. I didn't know about her sexuality since I never really asked anyone about things like that, but when she revealed that she was bisexual, I didn't really know what to say. We were pretty much best friends despite the fact that we were living far apart at the time. And she had other friends, but she still talked with me anytime she was online, and we had created stories together. Without her, I wouldn't have started to work on what would eventually become the World of Edge that I've talked on a few times. Or at least, I've talked on some of those stories before. Anyway, the last thing that helped me was being on DeviantArt.com. The people I met there were incredibly open-minded, and I couldn't help but soften my heart to them, including the other best friend, someone I met online. A lesbian who no longer talks to me, who also showed me what the world was like via shoujo anime. Seriously, this was back when I was still in my year as a Mormon. Yeah, I don't remember if I told anyone here, but I joined the Mormon church for just under a year. If I'd kept things up for one final week, I may have actually gone out on a mission, like a full-on 2-year knocking on doors mission. And anyway, the thing that made me decide not to go to church anymore was a simple message. This message had since been deleted due to the ups and downs that come with a long distance relationship, but it was a very simple message, and I guess it's more of a conversation. Anyway, the first message was a reading that talked about me meeting with my local bishop at his home for dinner. That was in my most recent journal entry, actually. I think that was the end of the year 2009, and at this point we are in 2008. So I replied to that message since she wanted to talk about my Mormonism, and I was very egotistical about things. And the woman had a son, and she felt as though he deserved to have some spiritual grounding. She simply wanted to talk, and I was more than happy to indulge her curiosity. I had nothing better to do since I was in the middle of Kansas. Seriously, curious a cowardly dog ran into more people than I did back then. Now, this woman and I exchanged Yahoo Messenger information and started to chat for a few hours that night. She ended the conversation by telling me not to fall in love with her. She was married, and she was also tired of guys simply trying to go after her, which is understandable. I promised not to fall for her, but in that promise was the biggest lie I would have ever told in my life. Now, let's just call this woman Remote for now, because that's actually one of her online nicknames. And over the next few weeks, Remote and I would talk, joke around, and just generally have a great time together, despite the fact that we had never really met in person. It was a breath of fresh air for me, and it gave me more insight into myself than I expected. I respected her, which wasn't something I really knew I could do. I thought I was just a disrespectful punk who would someday either rule the world or get killed because I said the wrong thing at the wrong time. Yeah, The Mormon boy thought he was a punk. After a few weeks, the woman, well, she admitted she was falling in love with me. I didn't know how to process this since she was married. Later, I found out her husband was abusive, and I'd seen some of that abuse since we would do our video chats now and again when we were tired of typing. And that broke my heart. So I actually minimized the video and did nothing until I saw a message notification come up. She asked me why I was crying since the video chat was still going. And I don't remember what I told her. Maybe something about a sad story or something I made up on the spot, but yeah. I swore that I would never be that man, that whoever I ended up with would feel safe around me. And I've held true to that. And Remote eventually left her husband a little over 4 years later. And if it wasn't for Remote, I wouldn't see other people complexly, at least not to the same extent, even with everything I've seen in Nerdfighteria. That's how big of an impact she's made on my life. And honestly, I still love her. I can't stop loving her, and she knows. I tell her about every chance I get, which is often, seeing as how I moved in with her, 2015 days ago. And with that, I think I'm done. I do have one super important question for you all, though. What are we doing for the Project for Awesome? That video will be taking up my Friday slot in December, so I want to know what we're all going to be doing. Is there a specific charity we want to support? And will there be something fun that we need to do? But from this point, we'll all see Patrick tomorrow, and I'll see all of you guys next week. Anyway, DFTVA, and bye-bye.